How's it anyway useful? Have you ever seen anybody try to rob somebody in a flame-throwing wheelchair? It ain't gonna happen. There's the girl. See, is it safe? It's safe. My name's Lance Greathouse. I'm located in Glendale, Arizona. This is my workshop. I'm a dental repairman during the day. I'm a mad scientist at night, and what I really love to do is build all kinds of wild and crazy machines. Okay, this is RoboBust. What he does, he has 12 movements. His eyes move, his head moves, his mouth moves, but he'll mock anything we put in him as far as sound system. We take this to the zoo at Halloween time. We put a machete in the one arm here instead of the pinchers. We chase the kids around with a machete, and they go nuts. Why do I love building? Look at my arms. I just love to get my hands on stuff. Everything nowadays is on computer. I like the hands-on part of it. I like the idea of having a thought in my head, and if I work hard enough, a couple days later, it's sitting there working. Electric scooter for my boys. Yeah, when other kids were in the scooters, my boys would take this out and kick their butt. They're building a 50,000 square foot underground bat cave here in Arizona for children with terminal diseases, and we're building this project for them. We're going to gift it. Basically, it's the Batman and Robin decontamination console. Kids will be able to hit buttons here. This arm will swing into place. Rush of bubblegum air smell will come down on the children. Lights will come on. Kids like to interact with things, so it's always good to have buttons and sounds that they can do. As a kid, I was a real sick kid. I was an asthmatic. I spent most of my childhood in the hospital. My dad built custom cars and buggies, so while kids were playing baseball and football, I was out in the backyard fabricating stuff. My dad basically taught me that anything I can come up with my head, I can build with my hands. This sucker is called the Secret Soviet Grill of World War II. It's a propane barbecue. You can do charcoal here, propane here, and then you have a warm holding tank, and then you got your stereo system here. The term was it should grill, not kill. This is the remote-controlled ice chest. Basically, we have a remote control. We can drive it around. The top opens up. We can offer people beverages at events. We have a tip jar. They don't give us a tip. There's a water cannon here that shoots them in the crotch, so they have to walk around the whole event with their crotch wet. It embarrasses them. So next time they give a tip. This is where I keep all my wheelchair parts in here. These are my controllers and parts. What the Wheelchair Labs does is basically take in wheelchairs and scooters that no one are using, we refurbish them and get them out to people that don't have resources. Then we also build special one-of-a-kind projects like four-wheel drive chairs. We do it free of charge. We try to help everybody we can. This is for the people that need it every day. I mean, it's their life. You know, and not even people that are disabled. I have old people that are stuck in their apartments that don't go anywhere, and I find them a chair, and they got their life back. The kids are the most fun to do the chairs for because they're just so appreciative of anything you do. Reactions, all kinds of reactions. Most of them are, they think it's a joke. They can't believe it's actually happening to them because, like, a lot of people don't understand. Some of these chairs, some of the ones that we get away are worth $30,000 to $80,000. I've had some men cry just saying that this is the first decent thing that someone's ever done for them in their life, which I can't believe. So it makes you feel good at the end of the day. I'm just basically the grunt work. My wife's the brains, and I have my volunteers.
I don't know if you guys want me to talk as much as Lance does.
It's okay.
I have city council people, I have machinists, house moms, everybody volunteers over here. Who funds it right now is the donations we get in. A lot of people, like I said, I got chairs too, send us money. I'm always looking for donations. Always looking for donations. Everybody asks me, how did the wheelchair project start? How did I get involved with wheelchairs? I used to do big fire machines for Burning Man, robot wars and all that. Well, anyway, how it happened is my brother and I worked together in a small company, side by side for 20 years. One day he started limping, kind of dragging his foot. We couldn't figure out what's going on. Long story short, he ended up with a form of Parkinson's disease, like Michael J. Fox, double brain implants, nothing worked. He ended up in a wheelchair. Seeing where he went through trying to get a wheelchair and how people treated him in the wheelchair, that's what started the Wheelchair Labs. Since he's passed, I do this in his honor. He's gone, but his spirit lives on through my work. This chair here was for my brother. It was a tank track wheelchair converted into my office chair here. When people would see him in a regular wheelchair, they'd ask him, what's wrong with you, what happened? You know, and they would talk to me like they could even talk to him like he wasn't even there. But once I built these custom chairs and put him in the chairs, everything changed. It went like, oh, dude, tell us about the chair. The majority of what we do is just your standard regular wheelchairs and scooters, but what we really like is the really wild chairs because it gets people interested in what we're doing. This is going to be a Batman wheelchair for a small child. These are wing tips off a plane. This is our four-wheel drive chair. It's made for kids that want to go to camp where there's like trails and stuff they can't get out in a regular wheelchair. And it's got lights and siren on it. They do sell some four-wheel drive chairs. They're about 18 to 20,000. And I can build one like this. I think I got about 600 bucks in this one with the batteries. So, and the batteries are probably 300 of that. Basically what we need the donations for is batteries. Batteries kill us. Each wheelchair goes out of here, it's 150 to 500 bucks batteries. So just trying to maintain that is very difficult. One of the first chairs we built, trainer jet seat. And people say, well, why is this thing so high here? It's because in the trainer jets, you used to set on your parachute. So when you set on your parachute, it'd bring your head to the right level. You would get in the wheelchair like this, you sit down, and you pull it in like this, and you drive it like this. And a little storage area for your treats. This is a B-52 bomber ejection seat. It's the only one in the world that ejects, that I know of, that ejects downwards out of the plane instead of upwards. When you got ejected out of the plane, these things would come out and lock your legs in place so your legs wouldn't flop around and break your legs. I bought this at a yard sale. The guy actually ejected out of this chair and kept it for all those years and survived, and he donated it to Wheelchair Labs for a project. It's a totally functional wheelchair, but what's different about it, it has 50 caliber simulated machine guns. These sound and look just like a real machine gun when it's going off. This whole thing is on a turret, so you can spin it either way, like a tank. People say, you guys are out of your mind. What are you doing this stuff for? And I said, the people in the wheelchairs love it. I said, keep doing it, we love it, you know. This is the Dr. Eva wheelchair. And what's special about this, you can put your computer on here, has a backup camera so you can see what's behind you. A lot of people in wheelchairs, they're always worried what's behind them. This way you can see what you have. It's got several sets of horns. Everything we have has a drink cup holder in case for your beverage. It's a totally functional wheelchair, but it's more like for going to special events. Say you're going tailgating or going to town, you can take this chair out. I mean, it's just a regular wheelchair, but it looks different. I mean, would you rather be in a regular wheelchair or this going to an event? You have a lot more fun in this, I guarantee you. Hello, people, get out of the way. But the coolest thing I've ever made is my flame throwing wheelchair. I have two types of neighbors, only two. The ones that love me and the ones that hate me. The purpose of this thing was to get people interested in what Wheelchair Labs is doing, and no better way to get people interested than start shooting fire. We do different events. We do is a maker fair, we do Burning Man events, a lot of disabled events too, and veteran events. I just came out and brought a wheelchair out and set in a parking lot. I know it's going to show up, but I shoot this off a couple times in the air and I'll have everybody there to ask what's going on. It's not the most practical thing in the world, but it serves its purpose to let people find out what we're about. And if there's actually any evil villains out there, I'm sure they'll want to put an order in. We had a golf cart, a lawnmower, and some x-ray dental brackets, and that's how it evolved. So I put all those together and came up with the Lord Humongous wheelchair. I worked on it on and off, took about a month and a half. I always figured I don't worry about the time. It's like, what else would I be doing? Watch TV? So I got less than 500 bucks in this thing, and probably like 200 of it's the batteries. But it's all either stuff that's donated or stuff we found or scrapped, you know. Your basic flamethrower, Volkswagen exhaust, fire extinguisher, Schedule 60 pipe. We have our propane tank, which feeds the propane to the main flamethrower. That's what fires. We let it hand it to people in the crowd. Anybody can fire it. This will shoot about 15, 20-foot flames, depending on which flamethrower we put on it. It also has the golf ball attachment. They'll shoot golf balls. And it also has a water cannon that will go on there. The front end is a rear end off a golf cart. The rear end is actually the front end of a lawnmower. This is a rescue helicopter seat out of a Marine rescue helicopter. And basically the guy would be in the chair and he'd swing out and he was the guy that did the cable on the basket. And then we have different switches for lights. You can manually pull this brake here, which is off a Model A. These are bicycle pegs off of a bicycle. You steer the back wheels with this. Or you put your feet in these stirrups here, and wherever you push your feet is which way it goes. The future of this is it. It basically is what it is. The future is to get more people interested in what we're doing and keep evolving and making other chairs for people, custom chairs, what they like instead of what I like. My flame-throwing wheelchair is the coolest thing I've ever made.
I thought I was the coolest thing man's ever made. Hey everybody, my name's Guy. I'm the creator of the show. A big thank you to Lance from Wheelchair Labs for having us there. And if you want to donate to this really good cause, I'll put his website in the description below. If you have any ideas for shows or things you want to see, just email us. I'll put that in the description below as well. Don't forget to subscribe, like, do all those things to keep this channel alive. And yeah, thanks again.